Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy SpareYew, and welcome to a reaction video of we're gonna react to they did Juice World Raw and Dirty. They recently did a Juice World event for on a Fortnite for him, which is actually not bad, but at the same time, for some reason they did him wrong, and we're gonna find out why. So let's go ahead and get into the video game.
Now, I want to talk about this recent story regarding Juice World and how they did him dirty. You might have heard or seen something about this. The other day, Juice WRLD's highly anticipated posthumous album, The Party Never Ends, got released. It's his fifth studio album and supposedly his final one, which is crazy to think about. I don't know how true that is, but it's what they're saying. This album has been getting teased for quite some time. There's been a lot of hype building up to it. Fans have been waiting on this one for sure. Now, the album ended up dropping the other day, but before we get into the album itself, let's talk about the cover, because this was a really big controversial moment in the rollout. The cover got announced about a week before.
I ain't gonna lie though, like for a Fortnite event, I mean it's not bad, but at the same time, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. For having his album at least dropping on with a Fortnite thing with a little visual effects, I mean it's not bad. I really like it. It's not bad. I don't even think they really did him dirty like that for him. I don't think they really did him that dirty. I don't think they really did him that dirty.
For the release, and honestly, it was met with a lot of negative reactions. People were saying it didn't look professional, which, looking at it, is a fair critique. Then there's a six-pack abs on the cartoon version of Juice, which a lot of people thought.
Oh yeah, actually this album cover, yeah, that shit does not look, I don't know what they was doing on Juice World, bro. Give him a six-pack and all that shit. That's not Juice World, bro. Juice World will not rock a six-pack, bro. I never seen Juice World rock a six-pack, bro. But it's a cover art, so really, honestly,
Thought looked really unrealistic and unnecessary. Overall, this cover was, let's just say, not it. Now, on another note, we also have to talk about the rollout, because it was a bit janky to say the least. This is something Juice fans were pointing out ever since the rollout started. The rollout for The Party Never Ends has been messy, to put it mildly. One of the key promotional strategies was the Fortnite collab. They added Juice WRLD skins to the game, which, don't get me wrong, is huge. Not every rapper, especially someone who has passed, gets an opportunity like that. It's a pretty big deal, but outside of that, the rollout just didn't feel cohesive. Songs were being added and removed from the album last minute, like some Juice WRLD fans were mentioning on Twitter, just days before its release. On a serious note, The Party Never Ends rollout is really bad, Riley said on Twitter. It's carried by the Fortnite collab, which isn't enough. The cover still hasn't been picked, and songs are being added and removed last minute, just days before the release. People have been waiting years for this, so the disorganization of this entire rollout and release left a lot of fans frustrated. Then there's the track list reveal. This caused even more controversy because fans were anticipating certain records to be included, and those records ended up being left out. One song in particular, Rental, which is very popular in the Juice WRLD community.
Bro, no cap, dude. Why would they hold that song back, bro? Like, I was really, dude, Rental, that shit was actually a fire ass song, bro. Why would they hold that shit back, bro? Like, nigga, drop, like, they should have put that in the album. I don't know why they even hold that song back, like, bro.
This song was produced by singer and rapper Season, and this is a song the fans have been asking for a very long time. But apparently it didn't get cleared for the project, so once again, fans were left disappointed. Now, when the album finally dropped, it was met with a lot of mixed reactions. First of all, like we said earlier, many of the Juice WRLD songs that fans have been begging for were nowhere to be found. Juice has so many famous snippets floating around the internet, and the demand for those songs has been building up for years.
Juice was such a big icon for the whole world. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Juice was definitely a big icon, especially for a rapper that can, like, rap off the top and without really writing that much. Really, he just goes based off what he thinks and just rap, bro. He just freely rapping out his mind, bro. Like, he just, talk about his personal life while he's rapping. Like, this is a whole different talent, bro. Like, that's just crazy to me. But yeah, he was definitely a big ass icon for everyone who was interested in music, bro. Like, that shit, man, rip Juice, bro. But at the same time, I don't think they really did him that dirty, because, like, honestly, bro, I still appreciate that the album has dropped and all, even though, like, it's kind of crazy how they did it in the Fortnite event wise. But even though that Fortnite event wasn't even that bad, I look like the Fortnite event. But yeah, I don't know why they kept that song Rental away, bro. Like, they should have put that shit in the album, bro. Like, why would they keep that song away, bro?
Fans were expecting this album to be delivered on that front, and it just didn't. Then there's the quality
Damn.
of the album in itself. I've seen a lot of mixed reactions, but for Juice WRLD standards, it was actually kind of low if you ask me. It didn't feel up to par with his earlier releases, the mixing and overall.
But I get though, like sometimes some of these times, sometimes you gotta just leave rappers alone. When they pass away, bro, they passed away, bro. Sometimes you gotta leave rappers alone, man. Sometimes you gotta leave the ones that are gone, already gone, bro. You gotta leave them alone, man. Sometimes, and I don't know why people will be trying to like bring back the like the dead, like, bro, they trying to bring back the rappers that have been passed away and trying to, but at least they dropped the unreleased songs. They drop unreleased songs from the rappers that they have because they made like 1,000 songs before they even passed away. So it's kind of cool that they unrelease it. But sometimes, bro, they be doing too much when it comes to these rappers, though. Which I wish sometimes people can just leave some rappers alone. But Juice WRLD, we really did need that album. I ain't gonna lie, I did want another album. I did want to hear that album for surely because since it's from Juice WRLD and we haven't even really got to listen. But I really am disappointed that they took Randall out, bro. Like, that was a good ass song.
Sound of the project was also heavily criticized. Fans felt like it was rushed, unpolished, and not a proper representation of Juice's artistry. At this point, a lot of people are convinced that his record label is actively ruining his legacy. That's the narrative I keep seeing, and honestly, it's hard to disagree when you see the backlash. Even diehard fans who've been there since day one aren't supporting this release. That speaks volumes. Juice WRLD is not the first rapper whose legacy has been mishandled.
I mean, I don't think...
We've talked about this topic in depth over the last few years, and we've seen it happen with other artists like Pop Smoke and XXXTentacion.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. The X one was way more worse. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, this is where it definitely gets to the part where I think they should have left the X one alone. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Some of the songs, I think one song, I don't know what it was, that they put X in, even though when he passed away, it was a good song. It was a decent song, but but at the same time, when it came to X, bro, I was like, they should have left him alone. I ain't gonna lie. As soon as he passed away, they shouldn't have left him alone. They should have let bro rest, bro. They did not. They did not. They even tried. I barely even see it. They even tried on Pop Smoke. When Pop Smoke passed away, bro, they let bro rest. I don't even think they even try to like put him in different songs, or I don't even know if there was unreleased songs from him. But there's a lot of unreleased. I think for surely there was a lot of unreleased songs from X, and that goes same with Juice WRLD too. But like, I think they should have left X a little bit more alone.
Their legacies have been, let's just say, poorly handled, whether it's rushed albums, unnecessary collaborations, or
I ain't even gonna lie, because that album did feel rushed too.
As artists, the pattern is very clear. This is the same movie playing out all over again. So honestly, I'm not surprised to see this happening with Juice WRLD's legacy. Granted, I'm not as emotionally moved by the missteps, if you will, probably because I'm just not as invested as the day one fans. That said, I'll admit I'm pretty disappointed listening to this album. Personally, I tuned out of most things related to Juice WRLD's name.
I ain't gonna lie, the album was actually mid, bro.
Other people
like,
it wasn't, especially when he's not here to have a say.
It was
alright. I remember when Juice
it was alright, but it was actually
this
mid,
young
bro.
rapper singing his pain away. From the start, it was clear that he was special. Definitely a broken soul. Also one who was leading the lost souls. Someone who carried a lot of heavy things inside of him. But the beauty of Juice WRLD was that he was able to channel all that pain into his music. I always respected Juice WRLD for his honesty, for the way he opened up and let the world see his struggles. He was a brave young man, extremely talented, and I like
even all the shit that he been going through, bro, like drug addiction and all that shit, bro. Like, bro, he's a good, genuine person, bro. Like, at the end of the day, he's a good, genuine person, bro. Like, that shit, it's sad that bro had to be gone. Like, especially the stuff that he had to go through and his conditions and stuff. Like, bro, that's sad, bro. That's why he'll always be he'll always have a good place in my heart, bro. Cause like, man, that's crazy.
For so many kids who saw themselves in his music. For those who don't know, Juice WRLD recorded thousands upon thousands of songs.
Juice WRLD's like a childhood rapper that I've been listening to like all my time.
And this is where the problem lies. This is how the music industry is taken advantage of a lot of artists. If you're not familiar with how
Bro,
record
blink.
deals work,
I don't know
let me
why
break
he's
it down.
staring like
When an
that.
artist
You gotta
signs
blink.
a
I
contract
don't know
with a
why
label,
he's staring
the
at us like
terms are
that.
almost always heavily one-sided against the artist. We've talked about this before, but to make it clear, most artists sign contracts that last in perpetuity. What that means is they're essentially signing away their masters forever. So whether you're lucky enough to live to 60 years old or tragically pass away at 21 like Jared Higgins, professionally known as Juice Wrld, the corporations own your work for an eternity. In Juice's case, from what I know, his family doesn't have any control or say in what the record label does with his music. The people who loved him the most,
Hell no. So I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like the real question is, would y'all like if you was ever starting getting into a label like a record label and stuff, you have to start signing contracts and stuff. Would you really sign that contract, bro, for it so they could just take over your whole legacy thing and take control of it? I don't know, bro. I don't even know if I would do it, but shit. An opportunity is an opportunity.
who truly understood his vision and his artistry don't have a voice in how his legacy is handled. Instead, the people who are in control are often looking out for their own interest more than his. And this is why we end up in situations like these where a young, incredibly talented artist like Juice WRLD passes away so young.
And there's a lot of artists that are inspired by him.
Hold a candle to the work
they're trying to
put out while he was alive. It's
lot
a tale as old
by
as time. It's a movie we've seen before, and unfortunately, it keeps playing out. The question is, when will it stop? When will the industry start treating artists with the respect they deserve, both in life and in death? The sad truth is it's never going to change. I don't really think it will. There's too much of a financial incentive.
Especially what's going on now, man. We already
exactly what you're going to get.
We already went through Kendrick Lamar going on. We already got the Kendrick and Drake stuff going on right now, bro. Shoot, we don't know what the music industry is going to be like, bro. But shit. Right now it seems like it's just war right now, and hip-hop is a sport right now.
If you put your hand on a stove, you're going to get burnt. So it's up to the artist to be as smart as possible by thinking way ahead into the future and not getting burnt. Now these things become very complicated when the artist in question ends up dying at a young age. No one plans to die young, that's a fact. Juice wasn't planning to pass away at the age he did. The circumstances on our private jet ingesting those pills led to things ending the way they did. Yes, it was a decision, but it's so much more complicated than that, and honestly, I don't think this is the moment we should dive into that conversation. What I do want to talk about is that when an artist, just like in this case, isn't here anymore, there can be a situation where their legacy is handled the right way. You might be asking how? Well, let's just say it doesn't always have to be like this. Take a look at Mac Miller, for example. Mac Miller, who tragically passed away at the age of 26, is a textbook example of how an artist's legacy...
I remember when I listened to a Mac Miller song, oh my god, that was like in middle school, bro. I was a heavy Mac Miller fan. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, my nigga. I was a heavy ass Mac Miller fan, bro. Cause like, even in my middle school, bro, every time when I wake up and go into school, bro, straight up, Mac Miller was in my playlist every time, bro. I love the songs that he made, bro. Mac Miller was one of my top favorites. Like, no doubt. Mac Miller was one of my top favorites, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, he was one of my top favorites, bro. I can't believe he passed away though. Like, that shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. I can't believe he passed away. What? Hold on, wait. A whole new album? And the thing is, yeah, Mac Miller, bro, a whole new album came out too, bro. Actually, no, a whole new album is about to come out soon. There's an upcoming album called fucking Balloon Rooms. Whatever, it calls Balloon Rooms, I think. That's why I think I said it wrong. But yeah, there's a whole new album coming out. I swear, bro, if I listen to this album, bro, and it's not that good, bro, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be highly upset. But no, like, legit, like, the playlist Swimming, bro, like, oh my god. Swimming, fucking, Faces, bro. Blue Side Park, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Mac Miller was, like, He was one of my top favorites, no doubt.
Should be handled. The way Mac's legacy has been preserved speaks volumes about the environment he had around him. Clearly, there was a lot of love, care, and respect for his artistry. I'm pretty sure that Mac Miller also took some steps contractually to personally ensure that if he wasn't here, his work, his name, and his likeness would still be represented in the right way. If that wasn't the case, there's no way everything related to Mac Miller would have this overwhelmingly positive tone to it. An artist's environment is crucial. For someone like Juice WRLD, I can't fully speak on the specific people he had around him or their character, aside from Ali, Lottie, but yeah, we're not gonna go down that path right now.
Yeah, we're not gonna that shit.
Yeah, not gonna.
I ain't gonna lie. Lottie selling another Juice WRLD. Yeah, bro. We do not want to hear. We don't want to talk about it. Like that shit. Lottie is a. We don't want to hear that shit. That shit was annoying. That shit was way too annoying.
Go down that path right now. Yeah. But one thing I can't say for certain is that Juice didn't have the best environment around him, and that environment reflected in his mental state. He was deep into addiction, threw a lot of drugs in his system, and that was apparent even in interviews. I'm sure you've seen those clips of Juice dozing off mid-conversation.
I want you to describe that single and that track that we're playing right now.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, bro was off every type of drug you could ever think. I mean, like, I don't think he was on crack. It was definitely not. It wouldn't be that. But mostly them perks and all that other. Yeah, bro was on every type. He was definitely on them type of drugs, bro. He couldn't even, like, bro was in his own world. I'm telling you. Like, and I feel like that's the only thing I feel bad. Like, is his addiction, bro. I wish he didn't have that addiction for real. Cause if he didn't, bro, he'll probably be straight up. He'll be here to this day, bro, if he didn't have that addiction, bro. No doubt.
It's heartbreaking. It tells you so much about what he was going through internally and the lack of a truly productive environment to help him navigate those struggles. At the end of the day, an artist's surroundings plays a significant role in their mental health and their career. Juice WRLD's tragic story is a reminder of what happens when those pieces aren't in place. And unfortunately, his legacy is being mishandled in a way that reflects that. It didn't have to be this way though. When an artist is in this kind of mental state, the last thing they're thinking about is what happens to my legacy when I'm not here. It's almost like they're in survival mode. You can't plan for the future when you're just trying to make it through the present moment. And that's not unique to artists. It applies to every aspect of life. When you're consumed by what's happening right now, planning for the long term feels impossible. So this conversation about why Juice WRLD is being done dirty, honestly, it's way deeper than most people realize. It's way deeper than, the people who are in charge of his music don't know what they're doing. It's a matter of preparing for your life and what comes after. But here's the thing. When you're in a vulnerable place mentally, dealing with addiction, stress, or whatever demons you're facing, it's hard to think about those things. And unfortunately, that's when the people around you, i.e. the environment you're in and the contracts you've signed, come into play. Juice WRLD wasn't in the headspace to worry about his legacy after he was gone. I mean, how could he?
Yeah, because Juice WRLD was in an environment of just making his own music. Like, he was just making music, bro. He was not doing any of that, like, gang, hood advice. I think he probably was. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, in his past, but, like, most of all, like, just majority of his life, he was just, like, he was a chill person, just making music, just focusing on his career, on his legacy and all that stuff. He wasn't in, like, that many trouble as much, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, he was, like, literally just focused on his legacy and all that stuff. And the people around him is not that bad of an environment that he had. But even though, like, his friends that he had around him always told him about his, like, drug addiction. Like, they told him to slow down and stuff. And bro just didn't listen. Just, you know, it's a habit for him. He couldn't stop doing it. Suicide, bro.
He was carrying so much weight, so many struggles in the moment. And because of that, there was no preparation for what his career would look like if the unthinkable happened. And now here we are seeing the aftermath. This is why this conversation goes beyond just blaming the label or the people in charge of his music. It's about the system that allows this to keep happening. Artists, especially young ones, are thrown into a machine that doesn't prioritize their well-being or their long-term legacy. And when they're in survival mode, they're not in a position to fight for those things either. So while it's easy to criticize what's happening with Juice's posthumous releases, and trust me, there's plenty to criticize, it's important to understand that there's there's deeper issues at play here. This is a systematic problem, one that starts with lack of support for artists while they're alive, because by the time they're gone, it's already too late. And that's why we're having this conversation right now. My goal is to let artists and the public know the ugly realities of how things can end up when you're not in charge of your own legacy. If you don't set up things properly, others will do it for you. And they'll do it in a way that serves their interest, not yours. You want to make sure you set things up in a way where even when you're not here, you can trust that the right people are handling your work and your name. Because here's the harsh truth. You're often more valuable to the music industry dead than alive. At the very least, when you're gone, you're no longer around to fight for yourself or challenge the narrative. The saddest part about this conversation, though, is that this is supposedly Juice WRLD's final album. That's crazy to think about, but honestly, I'm not sure how much I believe it. Juice's estate reportedly has thousands of songs.
That's what I'm saying, like, and I really didn't believe in it about that. When they said it will be his last album, bro has 1,000 other songs, bro. I promise you, he probably been recording like on his free times and shit, or randomly when he's outside and with his friends or something, bro. I bet you they be been recording some random songs and stuff. He got probably 1,000. Yeah, he do got 1,000 more unreleased songs at time before his death. Like, I highly doubt that will be the last album. But if it is, damn. But if it ain't, bro, then I'm for surely I know for a fact we're probably gonna have another album soon. Like, probably like another year or something.
In the vault. If anything, this might just be the last album for the next few years. Record labels in general play the long game. They're not thinking about the next 5 months. They're thinking about the next 5 decades. And here's a theory I have about posthumous albums in general, and it applies here as well. A lot of times when these albums come out, they're purposely disappointing in terms of quality. And I think that's because the label is saving the best for the last. From the fans' perspective, they're hearing an album that could have been so much better because they know what the artist was capable of. But from the corporation's perspective, they're giving you just enough to keep you hooked for future releases. And because they own this music in perpetuity, they can also release it in perpetuity. His music will always be the content that brings revenue back to the Juice WRLD estate. 30 years from now, when today's Juice WRLD fans are pushing 40 or older with 2 kids in a house in the suburbs, these record labels are still counting on releasing his music, that's for sure. And they'll hold on to the catalog until the perfect moment because they know it's a never-ending cash cow. Artists like Juice WRLD, especially those who come from a generation fueled by social media, are in a unique position. Since Juice didn't have time to become a legacy act in the mainstream, his music will always be the content that brings revenue back to the Juice WRLD estate. In comparison, look at someone like Michael Jackson. He's the definition of a legacy act. His brand and...
Alright, now, Michael Jackson way out of Michael Jackson a whole different league before. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't put Juice WRLD in the Michael Jackson category right now, but like Michael Jackson way out the way in a whole different category. But I feel like it, when Juice WRLD passed away, it broke a lot of hearts of a bunch of people and stuff in the world and stuff. Yeah, it broke a lot of hearts. That, like, it was bad when Juice WRLD passed away. But yeah, we're not gonna put him next to Michael Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, that's way too OD.
Name will always bring in incredible amounts of revenue solely based on his existence. Now I know this might sound like a crazy comparison to make, but it perfectly highlights the point I'm trying to make about how an artist's legacy is handled.
I see what Michael Jackson's legacy was built
over decades of groundbreaking work, iconic performances, and a team that knew how to preserve and amplify his name.
Michael Jackson got 1,000 more songs hidden too. Like, man, bro has 1,000. He still got more songs. I bet you, bro, still unreleased songs till this day.
Even after he passed. It's why his estate still generates hundreds of millions of dollars every year. His catalog, his likeness, and his influence are so deeply embedded into pop culture that he's untouchable. And someone like Juice WRLD, who comes from a completely different era, I mean, he's in a completely different position. Since Juice didn't have time to become a legacy act in the mainstream.
Yeah, because, like, I ain't gonna lie, because, like, if Juice WRLD, if he stopped doing his little drug addiction and stuff, imagine the amount of songs we would have been gotten these years, bro. I'm telling you, he would have been on the roll.
Think about it. The Juice WRLD brand over the next 10 to 20 years will likely generate tens of millions of dollars. And I'm being very generous when I say that. His catalog alone pulls in a massive amounts of money every year, even now. The labels know this, and that's why they're counting on fans to stick around for the day when they start releasing more unreleased tracks. Overall, it's just sad because I really wish things could have been different. But let's not sit around praying for the music industry to change. Let's become that change. Artists need to plan for their future. They need to ensure that in the unfortunate event of their untimely death, the right people are in charge of their name, their brand, and their art. If they don't, they're going to become another money grab for the industry. And we also need to focus on switching up these kind.
That's the one thing about the music industries, bro. They still trying to get money off these dead rappers too and stuff. Like, it'd be crazy, bro. Like, hopefully, like, and like that's why I want them to like at least protect their legacy and stuff, and like keep it to know that always have it in where the fans' hearts, you know, knowing that this is their rapper that they really love. So always keep like make sure they doing respectfully, properly and right with the rappers and stuff, instead of just like completely just getting money off them. That's not what we're gonna do.
Contracts, because we all know who exactly they benefit. Anyway, they're doing Juice WRLD dirty, man. I can't even lie. Appreciate you for making it all the way till the end.
But anyways, guys, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yes, bro. At the end of the day, bro. Yeah, they low-key did do Juice WRLD wrong. I ain't gonna lie, the album was definitely mid. When I was listening to it, it was alright, but it was mid. I love a couple songs in there. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, a couple songs in there was actually pretty good. But it was actually mid. Because, like, it could have been way better. It could have been way better. The album cover, too, could have been way better, bro. It was not accurate like you think, like I would have thought it would have been. But overall, bro, I hope the music industry don't really messes up this man's legacy for everyone that had a love for Juice WRLD in their heart. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think they really did him that dirty, but yeah, he did get dirty. I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, hope you guys liked the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and hit that notification if you want some more of this content. I will be doing some more reactions. I'm trying to be a little bit different on my channel, you know what I'm saying? A little bit mix of gaming and a little bit of reactions, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I hope you guys like it. See you guys later, and I'll catch y'all next time.